I guess maybe what we were exposed to public speaking and addressing at a very young age. When you could remember, me, you were younger than I, and through the church. The Sunday school,
Right.
you have to get up and speak, and the young, and that starts you off. Honestly, I start off first, and then I find myself going to school and involved in the student union, and then even in the army. I was talking to a guy just yesterday that we were in the army together, and we almost started a movement in the army because you had a group of St. Martiners that we went to Guadeloupe. In those days, most of the guys that would send them to France happened. So even though some of us wanted to, they were the lower the time to 1 year, and they said, okay, they kept all of us to be stayed in Guadeloupe. So we had a choice: either stay in Guadeloupe or go to Guyana. Nobody wanted to go to Guyana because
Really?
there they had, it was a bit or exposed to the snakes and stuff like that. Everybody gave a bad
Jungle,
yeah, the jungle, yeah, exposed in the jungle kind of thing. So we stayed in Guadeloupe. So we had a group of St. Martiners stay there, and what we discovered is the other soldiers that came from France and served in Guadeloupe, or came from Martinique and served in Guadeloupe. They gave them like a month leave during the time, and they could go home and go see their family. And what we discovered that they seeing it was from Guadeloupe to Martinique. They had this army plane that fly there, and they take that and they went, take them there. And it was not coming to St. Martin. The only thing we had coming to St. Martin at that time was Air Guadeloupe or one of those flights. And we said, but it's not normal that we pay our way. They say, yeah, you could go, but you have to pay your way. I said, but we're in the army where we get the parents have to pay the money. And we started a movement, and we said that we want to be reimbursed. We paid, and they did reimburse us because we stuck together, yeah. Wow. And that was an achievement. I reminded I said, we get back our money, they gave us a lot of run around before they do it. And from then, after that, I worked at Mallet Bay, involved in the Employees Association. And wherever I go, it seems to create a movement, I went in the leave from there, went in a taxi, then we created the Taxi Association, and so on. All my life I've been exposed to that.
But you've always been in politics too.
Well, politics in a way, I never really got on a list and got elected or so, but I always support a party or the other. And this last election, when it was the first time I find myself that I put myself on a list, and before the election come, I switched because I didn't like what was going on. I was involved in the beginning of with Gibbs' party. As a matter of fact, at a certain time when he split with Louis Constant Fleming, and he created this movement, UD, I find myself president of the movement. I left from there oddly because when I didn't like the way things were going, but I didn't make a row. I just walk away because it wasn't. And it's there that I got very much, and that's going to mold the rest of my action, the few days that I might have or years I'm remaining, is that you can't depend on the politics. They all set up to fool. They're not thinking on the people, and they don't have a genuine program. They're just thinking to get elected, and once they get there, then they will see, but they don't have a drawn-out plan. Say, okay, we're going to try to change the system. And even though you change the people and the system itself don't change, it's going to remain the same,
It seems that they're the same on both sides of the island.
Yeah, that's it. And then what you realize, living in this the system that we are former colonies, but I just say we are still colonies, but just changed the name. We are not considered the same way like the Hollanders and Holland or the French and France. They treat us different. And our politicians, they are elected, but they are powerless. They're powerless because we expect them that they're going to change things and stuff. But no, when they get there, they become like a civil servant, and they're just carrying out orders. And the day that they decide to move away from that, they're always going to find something, to throw up against them, whether it's corruption or what they're going to find, because they all are corrupt, okay? But it's just the time they're going to use it against you because you're not going their way. But they have that, it's set up, it's a system set up for that. So you could be more how should I say? If you're not falling under, because in French they say you have the droit de réserve. When you're elected, because the person that elected, he's sworn allegiance to the nation, to the flag, not to the people. He swear allegiance that, yeah, I'm going to defend these people that elect me. No, he swear allegiance to the state, to the principle and the laws. So those laws are written directly to keep down the same people, and you have to carry them out.
You know, the other day I was speaking with a guy. He said, there are no corrupt politicians in Holland and France. They're all here in St. Martin, and he believed it. You know.
Yeah, but where he was from?
He believed that in France and in Holland don't have corrupt politicians.
I mean, you're not reading the news and watching to see the amount of. But when for instance, they have a law, recently I heard somebody talking about it, when you have something against the politician, if they don't resign on their own, the parliament there come out and start to defend, like what just happened recently here. That only could happen in St. Martin, because this guy will have a certain amount of anonymity there and wait until they have the last president of France, not the last one before last, Sarkozy.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of trouble because of all the wrong thing that he did, but once he was president, he was covered to carry out his duty. And now when he come out, then they take him to court. Out here, they pull you off of the seat and they take you to court one time. It's a different law. So these are the things that we try and be. They say we are equal, but we are not. They don't treat us equal. Yeah.